Hello you guys, welcome back to my obsession. These are my current CIVIVIs. Just going to introduce them all to you. It's not going to be a 20-minute long video or anything. They just want to say hello to you guys. That's all. Okay, so let's get this started. Here is the CIVIVI Fracture. It is the only slip joint I have by CIVIVI. It's actually pretty good little slip joint too. It is 8CR 14 MOV, so it doesn't have the best edge retention, but it's easy to sharpen, and it's not like a really heavy user or anything, so you don't really need that much premium steel. The only thing I don't like about this is the pocket clip. This one is a total failure in my eyes. If I'm sure you all see what I'm saying there. So yeah, it goes in and out of your pocket easily, but you can't really trust this clip because it just doesn't have any tension. So there you have it. That is my Fracture by CIVIVI. It does have a half stop too. I forgot to show you that. There you go. CIVIVI Fracture. Here's a nice little front flipper. I'm sure you're aware of this knife. It's the XArc. Pretty popular little front flipper made by CIVIVI. I don't know, this one I really love. It's a nice gentleman's carry. It's an anytime carry is what I call it, and it's also what I call an easy carry because it doesn't take up any room really at all. About as the same amount as, say, a pen, maybe even less because it's shorter than a pen. But yeah, that's the XArc. Let's see, there we go. Need to brush up those front flipping skills, man. This pocket clip is a little better. That is what I'm talking about. We need some tension, you know. I like the flat screws. I'm glad they did that. It is reversible too, so yeah, that's the XArc. And let's check out this next one. This is the CIVIVI Hooligan. This was my first CIVIVI. No, sorry. My first CIVIVI was the Backlash, actually. This was my second CIVIVI. This is on phosphor bronze washers, so it doesn't have the fall shut action or anything like that. But you can flick it out nicely. It's completely functional with one hand, and that was what was important to me at the moment. But yeah, this was my first CIVIVI with micarta, I will say that. Yeah, these little guys aren't very heavy either. There's heavy skeletonization of those liners. This one just has that typical CIVIVI clip. Nothing special. T8 screws though in the hardware, I do like that. And of course the T6 in the clip, but those aren't so hard to get out. I think it's most important when they put the T8s and up in the body, so that makes it easier for us as the consumer. So very easy to disengage that liner. It's a great little worker. Here's this guy. That's the CIVIVI, Elementum. I'm sure you know what it is. I have actually just hopped on the Elementum train just maybe about a month or two ago. I didn't see what was so special about this knife before, but I finally broke down and ended up getting one because I saw a brand new one on eBay for a price that I couldn't pass up. So I thought, there's no excuse, get the knife, and I got it. Well, anyway, I am here to tell you I was wrong. I love this knife. It's great for size comparisons too because it's like a staple in everyone's collection. So yeah, CIVIVI doesn't have the best micarta, which I've said in other videos, but it's sufficient. I mean, it's pretty decent on the Elementum. Another pocket clip that is not reversible, unfortunately. But this one is okay. These are hit and miss, I'll tell you. Some of them are way too loose as far as the tension, and then others have a lot more tension, like this one. It's a lot more tension. It's way better in the pocket. Alright, so that's the CIVIVI Elementum. Here is the CIVIVI Backlash. This was my first CIVIVI. I love the harpoon-shaped blade and the choil. They executed that perfectly. And actually, CIVIVI has a really nice stonewash, black stonewash, or a black wash, I should say. I think this one came in 9CR 18 MOV. Don't know that that's going to show up, but yeah, this is a 9CR 18 MOV. It does have the blue liners. I kind of don't really care for the blue liners. This one has one of those messed up clips that just too much. You can't trust it. I don't know. I hope CIVIVI works on that pretty soon, darn it. This is another light carry. You can see all that skeletonization of the liners in there. But yeah, this pocket clip is reversible too, so they included everyone on this one. But yeah, that's the Backlash. I do love this. It is a great little cutter. Now I just wanted to throw my CIVIVI Banter in there because CIVIVI is CIVIVI's parent company. The only CIVIVI I own is the Banter, and I actually love this knife. It's small, but it's just a great EDC size because you can use this as a backup if you check out that lockup. Absolutely perfect. And of course, nested liners. One of my favorite things you could do to a knife is nest the liners, if it has a liner lock, of course. But yeah, this one, I love this knife. It has great action too. I love this color combination. I love this stonewash. They do a great job on their stonewash there. It's a little dusty, but it's okay. This pocket clip is what they should be using on the CIVIVIs, I think. Look at that. Perfect. That is every person's visual of a perfect deep carry pocket clip. So yeah, that is perfect example. No lefty love. So yeah, that's the CIVIVI Banter. Another one of CIVIVIs that you might all know about is the Odium. This little guy is like a backup. Great idea putting that choil in there because you need it. This is a 3-finger grip. It's a very small knife. However, it's extremely useful. This little knife, I think the blade to handle ratio was perfect on this one. The pocket clip was pretty well executed on this one. It has a lot of tension, but not too much. It's not inset to the G10, but that's okay. It is reversible, so that's nice. These little guys do have the skeletonization of the liners, and with that blade cutout, you can finger flick it. So that is the CIVIVI Odium. This is the CIVIVI Asticus in brass. Has an amazing hollow grind. This thing is so thin behind the edge. If you're going to slice something, this is the blade you want to use to do it. This also has a nice finger choil. It's not a complete like half circle cutout, but I kind of like that they did it this way and used the flipper tab to fall back on here. So yeah, you get a better grip that way, but you can grip it this way. The neutral grip has amazing ergos. So this one is a little heavier, of course, because of the brass scales, but that's to be expected. I like that the liners are kind of like, I guess maybe bead blasted. This pocket clip is a pretty decent one. This was not a miss for them. I do love the way they did the lanyard hole too, because I don't like lanyard holes very much. So I like that they hit it, but they still included it to include everyone. This one does not have any falchette type of action, only because the blade is so light in comparison to the handle. The actual see, the balance is all right here where my middle finger is. So, and with that thin blade, it's not gonna really fall shut. it still has very smooth action though. So that's the Asticus. All right, this is the Keen Natter. This one is one of my favorites because the action is awesome. The blade and the combination grind on it is, I don't know, they killed it. they did this tanto so well. I mean, this, I believe it's a flat grind on the top. I'm pretty sure that's a flat grind. The swedge is very minimal, but still noticeable and just adds to the cohesion of the design. Actually, the lines are so nice on this knife. I love this fuller. I love that they did a hollow grind here and then the flat grind here. This is a good heavy use knife. If you wanted to, you could beat this up a little bit. There is a lot of skeletonization on one side. I don't know if there's that much on the other side. Not really, no. So there's the hidden lanyard hole again. This one has a nice clip, great tension, but the action is what is great on this guy here. So yeah, the Keen Natter. They did a very, very good job on this guy. I love it. And here we have the Praxis. This is my most carried CIVIVI for just for the simple fact that this blade is killer. It has a high flat grind. It's a really cool looking drop point. I love this belly they put on this. This blade is, I don't know, I just love this blade. This is a great blade because it's a drop point. It's kind of the perfect blade to get into things, to cut up cardboard, to even do delicate things with it. I mean, you can use this knife in any way. It's a very versatile knife. Versatile. People make fun of me for saying versatile, but whatever. The only thing is the gold liners that are heavily skeletonized. That definitely reduces weight because this is a larger knife. They did a good job on the clip with this one. Goes in and out of the pocket, super easy. It's not inset, but it's reversible, so that's good. The lanyard hole does show, but it's not ugly. So yeah, this is 9 CR, I believe, is what they did this one into. Very easy to sharpen. This thing, it takes a wicked edge, actually. I never realized how well you could make a 9 CR blade so sharp. I don't know. I don't care for the gold liners, but I still love this knife. It doesn't bother me one bit. I guess I just rather they were silver. But that's the Praxis. Here's my newest one of the gang. This is the CIVIVI Elementum button lock. I like this knife a lot, and this was my first real Damascus blade. And so far I have to say I'm very impressed. I never liked the look of Damascus steel until I started seeing it on more premium knives and how well it was executed on other knives. I thought, well, I'll start with CIVIVI and see what their Damascus is all about and see if I like it. So what better place to start than here with the shred carbon fiber. I don't know why they didn't put like a nicely, just a different one than stamped steel, you know, just a different pocket clip is what they should have put on this. A lot of skeletonization of the liners, but yeah, this could have used a better pocket clip to create a more you know, a more higher level design. I think that would have completed it, you know, just the pocket clip, that's all they had to do. But anyway, so the pocket clip is reversible too, but this has, it's amazing. I love this thing. I mean, it's just, I don't know, they did a great job with this. I am doing a full review on this one very soon, actually. But yeah, that's the Elementum button lock. Okay, here we have the Brigand in copper, and it's got like a black wash hand brushed scales handles on it. This was my first ever copper or brass handled knife. I love the reverse tanto style blade. This came in 154 cm, which is great steel. I think it's a great budget steel because it holds a nice edge and it takes a nice edge. Right now I'm a little obsessed with 14C 28N because I think it sharpens up so nicely. I don't, at this point, I don't have another steel that has made me feel the way 14C 28N feels after you complete the sharpening of that steel. It's so satisfying and just amazing. But the Brigand here, I think this was my perfect choice for getting one for a first copper. This thing is solid. It is solid. It is heavy, but I like heavy, so it does not bother me one bit. It is reversible. This pocket clip is reversible. They did a heavy skeletonization of the liners, but it really doesn't help. I'm sure it would only add maybe 0.2 of an ounce, but regardless, this thing's a great knife. I'd like to get the G10 version just to have it as a user because I don't use this that much because it's so pretty. I don't want to ruin it. But anyway, that's my CIVIVI Brigand and in copper with the hand washed black wash blade. Handles. Boy, I tripped over that a little bit. Okay, this is the Courser, and I have to say, I like the old pivot decoration or whatever you call it. I like the old symbol that they used. I don't like the machined one as much as I like this. I like that it's smooth, and I think it actually looks a little classier than the new one. But I mean, that's not going to be a major gripe for me. I love the Courser because I think this is about as close as you can get to a Wii without buying a Wii, and it's cheap. So, and the hardware is T8, even in the pocket clip, I think. I don't know, it might be T6 there, but this is a really nice blade. I love the shape. I love this just decorative jimping they kind of followed through onto the blade with. The jimping is really, really nice. This blade though it's VG10 and it gets really sharp. I love this satin finish. I will tell you that. I think this is one of my favorite satin finishes on any blade. I love the blade shape. I love that this is the perfect drop point in my eyes. You can use this right here a little bit without getting cut, but this thing has a really good sharpening choil. They left you a lot of material to remove, but yeah, they killed it with this pocket clip. Why couldn't they do that with a few others? It does have the gold liners, but I think it adds to the sophistication of the overall look of this knife, so it doesn't bother me that they did that. They are skeletonized, and they are nested, which is what my favorite. Yes, you got it. This does not have fall shut action, but this is one of the ones that you don't need it because the detent is perfect. And it's got that feeling when you get to a certain point where it feels magnetic because the detent just sucks it in. It's nice. That's the Courser. Alright, here's the Riffle. This one is my newest. Well, this is my second newest. My newest is the Elementum button lock, but this is the Riffle. I just got this one recently as well. And I love this one. The handle for my hand is perfect. If you have larger man hands, then this curve may bother you because it may squeeze where your pinky ends up landing. It may squeeze a little bit and be uncomfortable for you, but it may not. I don't know. The clip was done nicely on this. Still just that stamped steel. I like it looks almost nested into the G10. Into the micarta, but it's not. But they did a very, very good job on this. It's reversible, and there's the hidden lanyard hole. I love this. The micarta is done pretty well. I've said it before and I'll say it again. CIVIVI doesn't have my favorite micarta, but their micarta is okay. It's okay. The hardware is T8 except for the pocket clip. Yeah. So that's the riffle. You can use the flipper tab. You can also middle finger flick. So I love this guy. It's lots of fun to play with if you get it right. The riffle. Now as we pass up 20 minutes, we have last but certainly not least, the Brazen. I got the blacked out version just because I like CIVIVI's black wash. I think they do a phenomenal job. Now this blade came so perfectly sharp. If you follow the edge all the way down, you will see it is perfect on both sides too. There are no parts that have a larger grind or a missharpened. That tanto, where it meets the tanto, is perfect. The point there. This wedge is beautiful. I love this blade. I love the black liners. This one is so smooth. It's like the keen Natter. Very smooth. Really good action. Oh, and the sharpening choil is pretty good on this knife too. So they left you quite a bit to, this will last you for years. So I don't see any problem with that whatsoever. This pocket clip was done alright. Nobody's really a big fan of their pocket clips, but I have a feeling one day they're gonna change them and surprise us all. So yeah, it does have left-hand carry. So, and then the lanyard hole isn't too obtrusive, but it's there for you. The lockup is perfect. Couple ways of deployment. Thumb studs. I feel as though it was tuned for the flipper, but it still pops out just as great with the thumb studs. I just feel like with this knife, it's more natural. The feeling is more natural to go with the flipper. But yeah, so I was really happy to see two forms of deployment there, though. I'm sure you could finger flick it. Maybe not me. Oh, maybe I can. So yeah, there's that. That's the Brazen. That's the end of my list. And those are my CIVIVIs. I will thank you right now for stopping by. I hope you made it all the way through this 23-minute video. And I will see you soon.